Hey, what's going on, everybody? Jeff C. back. Another book review, and I've got the actually the last book that I was able to squeeze in at the end of 2025. 2025 is gone. Peace. See ya later. Don't come back ever. Yeah, so I snuck this one in right underneath the finish line tape there. My wife and I, my beautiful bride and I, were able to do a buddy read on this. So this was really awesome. Do you ever do that? Like, do you ever buddy read with your spouse? I don't know. Do you have a spouse? Do you have friends? Does anybody like you? No, I'm just being stupid. Yeah, this is, so, I don't know if I already said that. Anyway, Project Hail Mary, Andy Weir, liked it a lot. Says now a major motion picture from Amazon MGM Studios. It's January and the movie doesn't come out till March. So is it actually a major picture now? No, I don't think so. Yeah, so all joking aside, my wife and I, we wanted to read this because, in anticipation of the movie. I have seen The Martian, and I enjoyed that film. I have not read The Martian, but after reading Project Hail Mary, I am certainly wanting to read some more Andy Weir. So I've heard really good things about both Artemis and The Martian. So those will, in time, be read. Have you read them? What is your favorite work by Andy Weir? I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Let me know what you think of him as an author. So, again, like I said, this is my first Andy Weir book. What we have here is we have a man named Ryland Grace who is kind of voluntold that he gets to go on a project to save humanity. There is a force acting on the sun, and it is dwindling the sun's capacity to produce energy, which is just a little important to life on Earth. So I will just say that he doesn't remember a lot. He wakes up. That's kind of how it starts. Is he just wakes up and he's in space. He actually thinks he's not too far from Earth, but he finds out he is very far from Earth. And, I don't know. One of the things I've been kind of struggling with these reviews is I don't want to give away too much. I personally don't really, I'm not really affected by like spoilers and stuff. I'm more of a journey, not destination type reader. And so, but I know some of you guys are, so hey, I'll try not to give away too much. But, so yeah, he wakes up, kind of has to figure things out. And yeah, things go, they go the way they go. I'll just say that. One of the things about this novel that I really like is Andy Weir's a way to make scientific concepts approachable without, it doesn't get too deep into the woods or weeds, I guess, about the aspects of the concept. He just breaks them down and utilizes them within the story. And so without having to do like a tangent of, hey, this is how gravity works or something, So I really appreciated that. I'm very big on people in general who can break down concepts, and like they say, if you can explain something to a 6-year-old, then that's you might have a good grasp on it. I will also say that being like a science heavy science fiction novel, it's smart, it's fast paced, and it's like surprisingly heartfelt. Like there's a relationship in this story that I just loved. My wife just loved, and it's I'll just say Grace and Rocky. If you know, check it out. Oh, I didn't mean to hit that. We both loved Rocky. Just the way he communicates is awesome. And my beautiful bride actually listened to the audiobook, and she let me hear like the way they would make his voice sound, which is kind of cool. And so, but yeah, I just that was my favorite thing, was the connection between those two characters. I mean, I would even say to a point where I kind of got emotional when they, inevitably go their separate ways, however that unfolds. It was, yeah, I was like, man, I'm gonna miss old Rock. But yeah, so I'm really also curious to see how they portray Rocky in the movie. I recently read Stories of Your Life by Ted Chiang, and my wife has also just recently, actually she just finished, and so we watched Arrival. That was our first movie of 2026, and so seeing how they portrayed those aliens in that movie was really cool too. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to the movie and seeing how that's all played out. So the basic general gist of how the story is told is it kind of moves between present day problem solving, you're in deep space, and then there's recovered memories where Grace remembers ultimately how he ended up in this situation and the characters involved in that past and how their involvement shaped where he is in the present. And some of those characters are very meaningful, and they're rememberful. I don't know if I'm going back. What's that old David? I can't even think of David Cross's movie. But anyway, yeah. So there is an underlying sense of urgency, but at the same time, Weir highlights Grace's analytical mind and Rocky's, and it really shows you it's one of those things where Grace is able to learn from Rocky, of course, and it's a symbiotic kind of learning. I mean, Rocky learns some things from Grace as well. I would say that in regards to Rocky, he is central to this novel's emotional core, if you will. That's basically the whole. There is a relationship between Grace and some of the people in the past, but man, I think the main dealing with this book is very much between Rocky and Grace. Their interactions emphasize themes of communication, cooperation, and trust across profound differences, right? I mean, this is beyond just interspecies communication. This is otherworldly. And it grounds the high stakes science in a genuine connection between these two characters. The relationship is one of the book's strongest elements. It transforms what could have been some sort of solitary survival story into something far richer. I mean, again, I can't stress this enough. That relationship is my favorite part of this story. And yeah, I'd love to know what you think about it if you've read this novel. I mean, I understand obviously having to save humanity is pretty important. But, I don't know. I feel like Grace was missing something in his life that he gained in developing this friendship with Rocky. And I guess it took him being shot out into outer space to find it. I will speak on one of the characters on Earth in the memories, Strat. She she really represents that part about the cold urgency of humanitarian survival, and so she has to be the one to force difficult decisions, in the face of extinction. So she has a lot of weight on her. I mean, global weight. So it's pretty wild, and you see another sense of connection that has mirrored the connection between Rocky and Grace is mirrored globally on Earth between all of the leaders of the various superpowers kind of coming together to figure out a solution. So yeah, I mean, I would say this is definitely, it's kind of like a science driven thriller maybe. I mean, the ramifications if things don't go right certainly are bigger than any of the kind of thrillers that I've read. But I don't know, it's a story about responsibility, the sacrifice, and really the power of working together, which I think is very important in this day and age. Yeah, when you have a lot of everything literally is on the line, I mean, I think you have to come together, and unfortunately, I think a lot of times we disregard that, especially on a global level, until it's like our backs are against the wall. So yeah, final book of 2025, Project Hail Mary, Andy Weir. Top 5. I think I gave it 4.25 stars on Goodreads. My wife gave it 5 stars. Great book. I will certainly be reading more of Andy Weir's work. I don't know if I'll start with The Martian next or Artemis next. It'll be a little bit a ways away. I got some big things I'm working on right now. But yeah, so that's Project Hail Mary. I loved it. What did you think about it? Have you read it? Again, let me know in the comments what you thought. I'd love to talk with you guys there. Also on Goodreads. I'm on Fable. I'm on Instagram. So please follow me there, and I hope to hear from you. Thank you, and peace.